we start by checking on the fitness of first Alex Oxlainde-Chamberlain and also Stephen Gerrard. What news can you tell us?
Well, I don't really understand the Stephen Gerrard one. I don't know what was wrong with him. I mean, yesterday we did a training session where the players who played did a warm-down session, and I worked with the 9 that didn't take a full part in the game. And my understanding is they actually did some extra work at the end of the training session, so there's absolutely nothing wrong with him, so I don't really understand that story at all. As far as Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is concerned, I think he did very well. You may have seen yesterday the running he was doing, admittedly in straight lines for the moment, but it's still very positive that he can run so well and so fast in straight lines. So we'll be stepping up his training program during the course of the week. If you really wanted an extremely truthful sort of report, if you like, you'd have to go to the medics, but they're hoping that by the second game he could be fit. Yeah, I don't intend to be giving too much away in that regard, other than what I've been saying all along. It's good to have selection issues, it's good to have options, it's good to have choices, it's good to have maybe different people selecting different teams, because that shows that you've got enough players that people believe are good enough to play for the country. So it's today, for the first time, that we want to have what I would call a more intensive training session, and then we'll ratchet down towards the end of the week. But I'm sure as the week goes on, we'll see a build-up in the tension as the serious moment arrives. I don't think you'll see in this World Cup an enormous difference in the way teams play as a result of conservation of energy. I mean, I think that in all football these days we're seeing a much more sensible approach to what pressurising you can do and what pressurising is basically a waste of time, because you'll never get your back players up high enough up the field to really support the front players. So I'm not really expecting enormous changes. I think what we're going to have to do is play our football and make certain that with the 14 players at our disposition that we are able, if you like, to play our football within the conditions. And who knows, you know, at the moment the conditions are perfect for football here today. Maybe they will be in Manaus too. How important is possession going to be in this game? And for you, is it a must-win, or are you going to come away with a draw and be very happy with that? We try to win every game. We don't go into games discussing a draw will be suitable for us in this game. We go in every game to win. And keeping possession of the ball is always important, I think, in every football match, because you need to move teams around, you need to make it difficult for them to get the ball back from you. But we'll be hoping that our possession football leads somewhere, that there will be a purpose to our possession football, because possession football, for the sake of it, doesn't score you goals or win you matches. It's possession football where you drag the opponents out of position and take advantage of it. So that's what we'll be looking to do. How lucky do you feel, considering the emergence of youth that has come through in the past 2 years? I think it's very exciting. I mean, again, we have a lot of potential. We have a lot of excitement, a lot of belief in this potential, but I must advise some sort of caution, because as yet the players haven't had much chance in an England shirt to show that potential can be realised. I personally think it will be, but before we build people up too much and say how wonderful these young players are, let's see some very good performances in the England shirt first. We know they can do it, we believe they can do it, but let's just calm ourselves down a little bit before we start saying that we have world beaters in our squad, because to be a world beater you've got to put your international shirt on and play very well. We certainly have more athleticism, we have more pace, more mobility, we have a lot of technical players, so I certainly am not trying in any way to play down the fact that, you know, the future looks quite bright and there are some very, very interesting times ahead for us, I'm sure. All I'm saying is in this World Cup we're also going to need our experienced players, I think, to help the younger ones along. But as time goes on, we hope that we'll produce a new crop of players who can really show that they are worthy of the name of top-class international players.
Roy, is it your instinct to be cautious or fearless against Italy?
I think it's too simplistic a question for me to answer honestly. I mean, I don't know really what I should say to that. I mean,
Do you have an instinct?
No, I don't. I don't really work on instincts. You know, I work on logic, and I work on what we're able to do in terms of our preparation. I would like to think that when the whistle blows, I will feel confident that we've covered everything that it's possible to cover with regard to Italy and what we're facing, and then I won't be thinking caution or fearlessness. I'll be thinking, are we doing the right things? Are we carrying out all the work that we've tried to do? When Italy get the ball, are we defending in the way we want to defend? When we get the ball, are we attacking? And I'll leave that sort of more nebulous aspect of, is it caution, is it fearlessness, for others to judge. But it won't be going through my head, now's the time for caution, now's the time for fearlessness. I'll be thinking all the time, how are we defending, how are we attacking, do we need any changes, is anybody injured, and all those thoughts that a football coach will always have at every game.